morning and welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV. Bum Slide Thursday.
We're almost to Friday.
It's going to be 6 degrees warmer today than it was yesterday.
That's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
It's still going to be snowy though. I liked a little bit of snow. That was nice.
A little bit of snow.
Well, because we have the Special Olympics coming up this month, followed right after that with Bonsu. So we need some snow.
We need some snow.
Just don't dump on us.
Yeah.
I can add a little bit to the
Just
time.
little fluffies at a time.
Like, the driver was manageable yesterday. The plow went by. I was like, oh, shovel, 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 shovel. No big deal.
So you didn't curse and swear.
I like that kind of a winter.
Awesome.
Thank
Me too
you.
then.
Yes.
Know how we've been talking about Justin Trudeau the last couple of days?
Being
and
a cartoon character everywhere?
He's a cartoon character just in general. An American show made a cartoon character.
My American President was one, and the other one was Family Guy.
Yeah.
He came in like flying in to resolve something.
And he's going to be on with Brett Butler on... Brett Butt.
On Corner Gas.
So he's like out there. Well, he's not just an animated personality, In Kentucky, there's a canoe operation. So there's a national park in Kentucky, and right beside it, there's this person who set up a canoe rental facility.
Okay.
And he's got a huge billboard, of course, to advertise that I have canoes. Come on in, check it out. On the billboard is Justin Trudeau in a canoe with his wife and 2 of his kids.
I don't understand. Did he pay for that?
No.
You can't do that, can you?
So apparently...
You can do that?
Well, it's been up there. It wasn't up in 2015 because Google Earth...
Oh my gosh, Michael found it.
So Google Earth in 2015 went, and it wasn't that one. And I know this is going to be very hard to believe, but in Kentucky, a lot of people didn't realize that was Justin Trudeau. I know!
Yeah, he's not that famous down there.
Well, no. So imagine. So it's been going back and forth, like on social media a little bit over the last couple of years.
Did he even canoe there?
Well, this is it. See, the thing is that finally he said...
Who said?
He tweeted. Trudeau tweeted.
Okay.
For the record, this was taken in the Yukon in 2013, and being the ultimate promoter of Canada always, he continued, a spectacular part of this country to explore.
Wow. Wow.
A little zing there. Kentucky's nice, but come back home and
who would handle?
Okay,
so who would handle something like that? The Canadian government? Is Trudeau? If there were a lawsuit, or if there were anybody sending out an injunction saying cease and desist?
His chief of staff is now talking to somebody about how did that happen.
They just took an image and figured that from Google, whatever, and figured, we'll just use this on our billboard. No one will ever know.
But you know what? That's the thing, right? This could have been a picture taken by somebody who was a Canadian who understood, wow, it's Justin Trudeau in a canoe with his family. Taking the picture, sold it to this Kentucky canoe operation. And the Kentucky canoe operation people didn't know it was the
you think maybe they didn't even know it was the Prime Minister?
No, they didn't.
They had
no idea.
They thought it was just some random family in a canoe?
Some random dude. They thought they were American and Kentuckian.
Kentuckian?
Kentuckian.
Would you not just hire someone to come and do, like people hire Garrett from Superior Media to go and do a picture of something for their business?
Right?
You actually have people pose for it. Wouldn't you do that?
But maybe they did that. Maybe they went to a supply company who has a library of images, and they just said, oh yeah, we like that one.
The stock photos generally come from more reputable places than some guy in Kentucky with a picture of Trudeau.
You would think.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I had rehearsal last night, so I PVR'd something. By the way, in 1984, on this date, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that VCR taping does not violate copyright laws.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that, 1984 VCRs.
There are people watching this morning going, what's a VCR?
Isn't that wild?
They have no clue.
Oh, remember, thank you, Michael. That's in case you don't know what a VCR is.
Seriously, because
I still have VCR tapes.
I do too.
Yeah, that I haven't transferred yet. Anyway,
I have from back when I worked in television before.
You don't have to worry about the flashing lights anymore. It's all on your TV set, the PVRs. Why? I can do it from my phone with Fibe.
Really?
With Fibe. I have a Fibe thing. I can go Fibe. I can choose my listings, and I can just push what I want to record when I'm not at home.
You know what I find is that there are so many outlets where you can go and watch a show that you might have missed
That's true.
bootlegging it. That I don't even miss not having a PVR. I don't even miss
You don't have
PVR.
PVR?
No, haven't for years.
Call yourself a journalist. I have. So I PVR'd The Masked Singer because I was the first one to make fun of the show, saying, that's pretty people in big bunny suits. How ridiculous is that? I'm totally hooked.
And people
Trying to
apparently who watch it are like addicted.
Keith and I are like pulling our hair out, trying to figure out who's who and who could that be, and listen to voices and guessing and guessing. They really get you, and I think they purposely get the judges to guess really kind of outrageous and stupid people, so that you go, no, it can't be them, and start a discussion. Like,
Apparently they don't know though.
They don't.
They have no
But
clue.
I think that they just guess wildly. Now here's last night's show. The lion, what's that other one on the left? Is that the horse? No, I can't see from here. My eyes are bad. And the peacock. So anyway, it ended up that who got voted off? Terry frickin' Bradshaw. You know, the old NFLer?
Lots of football players. What, you got nothing else to do?
He
guys?
was dressed as this really sort of post-apocalyptic horse, and when he started off on a platform, and he had to walk down the stairs, and he had to have two assistants because his knees are so bad. So you see this body coming down, and you see this belly, and what gave him away to one of
was the belly.
Thick. No, what's his name? Thick.
Robin.
Robin Thicke guessed him.
Oh, he did.
Because he said when Terry Bradshaw laughs, he's watched. Robin Thicke is a big fan of football. He watches the NFL. He's seen Terry Bradshaw on television, and when he laughs, his shoulders go. And there were clues. They give clues throughout the weeks, and so there were clues about sports and stuff.
Now,
he saw the shoulders go and said, "That guy's Terry Bradshaw. I could tell by the shoulders."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought that
Couldn't sing for poop.
the costumes also related to the person somehow. So how was he
I don't think
wearing a horse?
necessarily. I don't think.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but what he said was, Terry Bradshaw said, like, I'm not even a singer. Look at the costume. He said, I'm not a singer, obviously, but you put this thing on and try to sing into a microphone under this deer. When he took that, it's a deer, the moose deer, whatever. When he took the head off, he was soaked with sweat.
No doubt.
It's got to be really uncomfortable for these performers to be under there.
And trying to sing. Imagine.
When you're not even a singer to begin with.
Right.
So I was hooked. Now, talking to Greg Lefebvre, because Greg's on the show talking about Strive Young Professionals and the awards they had, the AVA awards. Greg was telling us about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a Pittsburgh Steeler, and the team is not doing well. And he's an awesome player, too.
Was the
first one voted off. So he's doing this show. See, the thing is about this Masked Singer show, you can't stop doing what you normally do. You can't give up your day job to be on this show. Like they do with Dancing with the Stars. You know who the people are. They're rehearsing how many hours a week. And it's a big thing about who's on Dancing with the Stars. This show, completely anonymous.
Only 4 people on the production team of the show know who it is.
Nick Cannon, the host, does not know who he's talking to. Nobody knows who it is. So anyway, this guy, Antonio Brown, I don't know him, he apparently got in so much trouble from his teammates and from the fans because obviously the Steelers needed him to be like really focused and have his game on, and they find out after when he takes the mask off, you've been doing that show and rehearsing for that in your spare time when you should be focusing on the game.
But he actually did miss a couple of games because people were saying to the media that he was injured. So that's how they qualified or quantified, or he faked it, but he's in trouble. Greg was saying that they benched him.
Yeah.
They benched him and you're not playing anymore.
Yep. Hey, have you heard about this 10-year challenge thing on Facebook?
No.
Oh, you put a picture of yourself from 10 years ago and a picture from now to see how
Why?
To see how you've aged.
No, thanks.
I know.
I'm good.
So Mariah Carey said the same thing. She said, I don't get this 10-year challenge. This was on Twitter. I don't get this 10-year challenge thing. And there's a picture of her, exact same picture.
That's what I would do.
And she said, time is not something I acknowledge.
Oh, darling.
Tweet of the year. So everybody's saying, you know what? I like that. I'm going to adopt that. So when a professor says to me, your paper was due yesterday, time is not something I acknowledge.
There you go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put up a current picture, and then I'm going to put up a picture from when I was in kindergarten in 10 years.
You look better. I've seen that picture.
And I had a big circle around my lips for this class picture because I used to lick my lips and they were all chapped, like down to my chin. It's attractive.
Hey, yeah. I'm going to talk more about Mariah Carey later on.
Are you?
Well, because she doesn't acknowledge time, I wonder if she acknowledges lawsuits. Ooh, that's a teaser for our next banter.
Look at you.
I know.
That's called a tease.
So I said that Greg Lefebvre is here along with
Yes.
Ashley Gerard from the Strive Young Professionals Group. They just had an award ceremony this past weekend, and they're going to tell us all about what happened and who the winners were. All some hot up-and-coming businesses in Sault Ste. Marie and some others that are going strong. And then later in the show, I have, Mark Stevenson from the Algoma International Films Society came in yesterday and
Yes,
chatted about a
he's
couple
lovely.
of the films. It debuts tonight. Colette debuts tonight at Galaxy Cinema at 7 o'clock. You'll see that interview later on the show. So stay with us on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. As promised, I have Ashley Gerard and Greg Lefebvre here. Co-chair, what is it?
Chair, vice chair.
Chair, vice chair.
Yeah.
that does not furniture. They're it's Strive Young Professionals Group. Can you tell me a little bit of the history, either one of you speak, about the history of the Strive Young Professionals Group?
The history of Strive Young Professionals
Please,
Group.
Ashley.
Strive was founded in 2012 by a group of outgoing young professionals. So they wanted a platform for discussion and a group that was going to be the voice of the under 40 workforce in Sault Ste. Marie.
Excellent. Because retention is a big thing that we need to have in this city. We know that we have an aging population, so we need to do all that we can to keep young people here, young professionals, and entice others to maybe to come home who've gone away, maybe come back, go away to school, come back, and bring what you've learned back to the city, right?
That's exactly right. And I think it's important that when people are thinking in terms of like what is a young professionals group, it is more than just advocacy. It's also the events and an opportunity to connect with like-minded people.
Right. Now you're not just you're just the vice chair. You're also a member, right? Yes. So can you let us know some of the benefits that a business receives or a proprietor receives as a member of Strive?
We have park package with Strive right now, which is a really cool part. We have discounted events. So some of our major events are we have a golf tournament that we run. We have sweet seats, which we get the VIP box at the Greyhound game once, sometimes twice a year, depending on how well they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the gala, you get the discounted. Actually, this year we did
a free membership for nominees.
The nominees.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there's a whole whack, and it's very, very cost effective. It's $40 a year.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, that's it. And
wow.
You get so much value out of that.
And I want to just correct something, because you're saying a business or a proprietorship. It's actually an individual. So we're focused on the individuals that work within the organizations across the city.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a good correction.
Thank you.
So, for instance, then, can you give me a for instance?
For instance, if you work in a hospital,
yes.
we love nurses. If you are if you work at OLG, we want to meet the finance and the data analysts and the marketing people. If you're working in social services, if you are a corrections officer, police officer, firefighter, admin assistant, everybody's welcome here.
You have just opened my eyes. I've been
trying for a long time.
I emceed the gala, was it last year?
Yeah, that's right. And you
I
did
didn't know
fabulous
that stuff, though. Come on, I really didn't honestly realize that was a perspective that. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
It's hard because we are supported by the Chamber of Commerce, so immediately we get that lens that we support business and entrepreneurship and economic growth in that way, but it's also about supporting the baseline, the frontline staff.
That's why you get stuff like one of the awards, I think, for last year was the front desk staff at the Water Tower Inn or something like
Hospitality and tourism.
Hospitality and tourism.
Right.
So it's not like the business wins the award. Those staff members who in that department.
It's for the individual's accomplishments.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now I guess I kind of got it. I didn't say it well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, the gala was last weekend.
It was.
And Karen Lefebvre emceed?
She did MC.
I bet she was great.
She did a
fabulous.
fantastic job.
She was fabulous.
Yeah, she did an
Was she
amazing job.
Oh, look, there's the sign for it, guys. Nice poster.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, look at the picture.
Yeah.
So
Those was all the
those are majority of our winners. We're missing a few because it was at the end of the night, but what an amazing and inspirational group of people.
What's that?
Those are our door prizes.
Beautiful.
We had contributions from Searchmont Resort,
I was just
Tourism Sault Ste. Marie,
Yes.
and Fairfield Inn, in addition to an OLG prize pack, 2 tickets to the upcoming Outstanding Business Achievement Awards, and then a supporting local gift package, which had over $300 in gift cards.
Oh,
For all local businesses.
Those were door prizes?
Those were our door prizes this year.
Holy smokes, there's Karen.
So,
There's
Am I-
Karen.
Tim, really
This is at the
exciting.
Grand Gardens, right?
North.
Oh, you went north this time.
We had 250 people in attendance this year.
It was huge.
Holy smokes, you guys! Has that ever gone up?
Yeah.
Because it was a great party.
It was in it. We had
Who's that winner?
This is our Strive Young Professional Female of the Year and top 10 industry leader in public and social services. Her name's Ashley Daybwich Bell, and she's a director of service at Nogdawindaman Family and Community Services.
Wow, so great. And who?
This is our sponsor, Tyler Rains of Good Sense Group, with the Excellence in Entrepreneurship winner, Kevin Rusnell from DIG.
DIG.
Among
What's
other
DIG?
things.
What's DIG?
They are a
It's the digital intelligence.
digital intelligence group.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
right. SEO and those
Digital
fancy
Intelligence
words.
Group. Ooh.
This is our game changer. And
What's that
the
mean?
award was supported by OLG, no, not OLG, Algoma University.
Okay.
And the game changer is someone who is really making waves in the community. So this is William Hollingshead.
Oh my gosh, we were just
Yeah.
talking about him. He's at the Old
at the
Stone,
Old
Ermitanger Clerg National Historical Site.
Yes.
Can you say that really slow for Karen? 'Cause she-
Ermitanger Clerg National Historical
Of all the words
Site.
and names in
That's
the
what hung her
script,
up?
that's what
Yeah,
hung her up.
yeah.
She called me out.
There's Ross Romano. Who's he with?
These are actually, they're all winners, but they're also all Algoma University graduates.
That guy in the middle.
That
I know
is
him.
Matt Lance.
It is so Matt Lance.
To his left is Sarah Hollingsworth, and on his right is Jillian Soursop.
I love seeing all these young people.
Yeah,
Look at
and
me
all
now.
that's OLG, Algoma University, and the Sioux Community Career Center. Those are all of the places that they work.
Fantastic.
And
look
then
at how
our
you can see how much
amazing-
fun they're having.
We were having a good time. It was a really awesome
So, and a
time.
huge part of this is networking, am I right? I mean, it gives you a chance to get out there and talk to other young
It
professionals.
does. It's a great social experience because you're in a really casual, it seems all fancy, especially with the gala, but it's a really casual environment to just kind of bump into people, meet a lot around the really awesome hors d'oeuvre bar.
Yes. We were talking last year. I was when I was there looking around the room saying, you know what? This is the kind of thing that my parents used to do when my father was a businessman, and then the Algo Club, and they had they would have dances in Sault Ste. Marie, and there were different organizations that would put on these things where you got to wear a tuxedo. We don't do an awful lot of that anymore, and for some people, it's just a real kick to get all dolled up and go out and have a great time, be like elegant and all posh, but really, it's fun.
It is fun, and you can see it in just the way people carry themselves.
And they're not pretentious. It's
No.
just, and you guys do that whole thing where when they call the winner, the music pops up and they walk up to the stage.
And this year we did personalized songs, so we asked
Walk-up
all of
music,
the
yeah.
finalists for their walk-up music, so they got to choose their own.
Fantastic.
It was.
If people want to get more information about Strive Young Professionals Group, how do they contact you?
They can find us on Facebook. If they want to send us a message on Facebook, we have people who are there to answer any questions
What's the
that they
name on
may
Facebook?
have. Strive Young Professionals Group.
Just like that?
At Strive YPG.
Okay.
And then we also have our website, so
Right.
striveypg.com.
YPG Young Professionals Group. StriveYPG.com.
.com. Yeah.
And Greg, how often do you guys get together as an organization and meet? Do you have board meetings? Do you have membership meetings? How does that work?
Yep. So the executive, which is shout out to the executive, they are absolutely amazing. These guys donate, volunteer all of their time to make Strive what it is. We have no overhead, right? We do board meetings wherever we can find a donated
Right.
room. Everybody works for free on their own time. So and they all work extremely hard, and the gala is evidence of that. We went from 150 last year to 250, like essentially overnight, and we probably could have pushed the issue if we wanted to. So the executive typically meets twice a month.
Wow, okay.
And
that's a busy board.
Yeah, and then kind of we tailor it back maybe once a month in the summertime while everybody's out doing their thing, and then once the gala gets going, that subcommittee pretty much, like between the gala meetings and the executive meetings, it's once a week if you're on the exec and the subcommittee. So down the tail half of the year, it gets pretty busy.
And if the general membership, our goal is really to get them out and to keep them involved throughout the year. So we're looking at an event once a month, at least a Strive at 5, which is our meetup or our social. I hate saying the word networking. It's our get together once a month, just to grab a drink before the end of at the end of the day.
Just to connect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So we have one coming up on January 31st at the Whiskey Barrel. So supporting a new business. I haven't been there yet.
Oh, okay. I just did an interview with them like 2 weeks ago, right around Christmas. Oh, New Year's Eve we showed there. Yes, you're gonna love it.
Good. Good. So come out to the Whiskey Barrel. Apparently, it's really awesome.
I'm not even kidding. You're gonna love it. Okay, we gotta go. No, I mean to the Whiskey Barrel. I mean we gotta finish the interview. But we gotta go too. Greg Lefebvre, Ashley Gerard, Strive Young Professionals Group. You can find them on the internet and on Facebook, on Facebook and on their website. I want to thank you for being here. Come back again and give updates, whatever you want to do. You're always welcome. It's always fun to spend time with you. Greg, nice to see you again. And we'll be back with Luann and Tim after this break. I love it when our guests leave the studio part and go back out there and you can hear them all like laughing and talking with our next guest or with Angela.
The energy in here today is awesome.
It is. So I want to talk about Mariah Carey real quick. Okay, so Mariah fired this former assistant, Leanna Azarian.
Okay.
She's fired her and she sued her because what this former assistant did was she apparently, like peeping Tomasina, she videotaped Mariah doing some things that would be completely embarrassing if they ever got out. Oh. And so when she got fired, she threatened to blackmail Mariah.
Lovely.
She said, I want a new house, I want $8 million or I will expose you with these videos. That's there they are. So Mariah countersued her. And, countersued her. But here's what the girl did then. She countersued Mariah for countersuing her. So, not countersuing. So she blackmails Mariah. Mariah sues her. And then the girl says, oh yeah, I'm going to sue you and your manager. She says the manager did things like urinated on her, smacked her buttocks and breasts, laid on top of her and held her down, called her the N-word, called her an effing Armenian who.
So this is not Mariah.
Not Mariah, this is the manager.
The former.
But she said in the presence of Mariah Carey, this was being done.
Sounds like a party time.
They did things like put cell phones and cooking devices and spatulas and stuff under her breasts. Would you let a woman get close?
I would clock her in about 2 seconds.
But she says all these things happened, and she was defenseless, or I don't know. It was harassment. She's making all these claims, saying these are all the things that Mariah's manager did to me, and Mariah knew about it, and Mariah even participated in some of these activities and laughed and whatever, and so she's suing Mariah. It's gonna be ugly.
Yeah,
they say she's a grifter. They say this woman. Leanna Azarian is a grifter and she's a liar and she's a con artist, and so they figure nothing's going to survive in court. So
that's crazy. You know what else? Talking about like highfalutin actresses and singers and Hollywood people, Rihanna is suing her father.
Why?
They're estranged for one thing, and he is running a company called Fenty Entertainment. Her last name is Fenty. So she's saying you're not allowed to use that name because I have that name. So she's actually put a cease and desist requested a cease and desist order on her own father. Also, though,
it was his name first.
Yeah, but also she has a hugely popular makeup line called Fenty. So I think that might be where,
Okay.
but he's using Fenty Entertainment and she's using Fenty for all of her makeup.
Chances are she's got business people. That name is probably registered.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to use his own
toast.
last name. He's toast.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Hopefully he gets lipstick before he gets to court.
Coming up after the break, we have the news. And then we have I missed my daughter. Coming up at the news, and then Mark Stevenson from the Algoma International Films.
So stick around. We love that you're here. Mornings with Luann and Tim. I think those birds need a GPS. They've been there for a long time. Somebody needs to help them out of the area.
Don't feed them.
Don't feed them. It's illegal. Hey, you know what?
Jail.
Something that I'm going to buy for you for your birthday. Such an awesome gift.
Do you know my birthday is?
I know you're going to love this. Whenever it's your birthday.
Okay, when am I going to love?
A new book about Justin Bieber. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Well, apparently, the guy who organized the exhibit of Justin Bieber, which is in the Stratford Museum,
right.
So that dude is writing a book, and it's called Justin Bieber Steps to Stardom. Now, it's got to be legit because this guy spoke to Bieber's grandparents, Diane and Bruce Dale. That could be dangerous. What if they don't like Justin anymore? What if he's not their favorite?
Wasn't it in their home? There's a famous picture of Justin Bieber answering the door with just a guitar in front of himself. Stark naked. Well, he might have had some undies on, but there's a picture. It's his legs. No, he didn't, because there's a bare bum. And I believe that picture was taken in his grandparents' house.
Is that
so
right?
They obviously have a sense of humor.
How old was he about?
Under 16, probably, maybe 17. I don't know.
Yeah?
No, that would be child porn, wouldn't it? He'd have to be over 17. If it was him standing with a bare buttocks and he was under 17,
so he's
that would
gone
be
with his
considered
shirt
child
off
porn,
like for years.
What?
He's always got his shirt off, so he's been doing that for years.
There's all kinds
hanging
of nudes
his bum
of him
out
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Standing up on a majestically overlooking a furious sea on a rock wave on a rock shore. He's standing there naked.
I remember Rosie O'Donnell saying once, flying on an airplane beside the guy from NYPD Blue, the heaviest guy with the mustache and the balding head. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he appeared naked somewhere.
Yes, he certainly did.
Yes, and so Rosie was beside him on a plane, and she said on her show once, so I'm sitting beside him, and all through my head, I'm talking to him, but in my head, I'm singing, I saw your penis, I really saw your penis.
And you know what? That was something you can't unsee. Just saying. There are times when you don't really need to do the nude. You don't.
Hey, listen.
No matter how much money they offer you, it's okay to say no. It really is.
Listen, if you want to see some really great films and not just trash, like what she's talking about with Algoma International Films. They have a great lineup for this winter season, and Mark Stevenson is our guest. He was in the studio yesterday. They debut their film Colette tonight at 7 o'clock, and we talk about some other films. You'll see the trailer coming up right after this commercial message. You're going to really enjoy this segment, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more after this.
May I introduce to you my new...
You've married a country girl without a penny to her name.
We're doomed, aren't we? Willie is a brand. I take all the risk and there's still no money. We need more output. You could write.
my school stories.
Yes, that could be Willie's next novel.
Are you writing for him too?
Yes.
He's made you one of his ghosts already.
My name is Claudine. I live in Montigny. I shall probably not die there.
Hi, that's us. That's Keira Knightley.
It is.
She's a brilliant
Never
actress.
had one fly off the
She,
shelves like
there's
this
one
before.
critic who says
And you
that
know
this is
the young women.
probably, in his estimation, a defining role in her career.
No kidding. And
Yeah.
the film is Colette.
Colette.
And this is Mark Stevenson. Hi, Mark. Welcome to Mornings with Luann and Tim. And we're talking about Algoma International Films.
Good.
I did not know how long this society's been around. 1960 what?
67. I had a receipt that there were people at Algoma College that
It's Algoma University now. That's how long it's been.
yes, who were screening films starting in 67, but in a fairly intermittent basis. They even rented the old Princess Theater at one point.
Wow.
Yeah. So it goes back a long way.
I had no idea. All volunteers, right?
All volunteers.
Do you have a board as well, or
We do have a board. We've got a board of, I think we're finally got up to 8 people now.
Okay.
We have, we're incorporated under Ontario not-for-profit
So you're not
organization.
for profit?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's not the federal not-for-profit.
Okay,
It's just-
but can you do fundraising then? If you wanted to? You don't really do fundraising, do you guys?
Not really. We did, years ago, we had Ontario Lotterio tickets.
Right.
And but no, it's subscription and seasons passes.
That's how you
really
survive.
rely on those people keep coming back, and we take a little bit of money off of their subscription fee, which goes directly to us. Otherwise, everything is 35% to the theater and 35% to the film distributor.
To the distributor.
Yeah.
And you're also part of the Toronto International Film Festival. You're within that festival
Yes.
realm.
The TIFF group includes something called the Film Circuit, which actually started in Sudbury.
With Cinefest? Is that what it's called?
Kind of a offshoot of Finifest.
Okay.
It was a Northern Film Circuit.
Okay.
6 people, 6 venues: Thunder Bay, Sioux, Timmins, Sudbury, North Bay. I think Parry Sound was in there for a while. And just because of the logistics of distributing film in the old days, when you used to have to schlep 70 pounds of canisters around,
Right.
35 mil prints, yeah.
Selection wise, you were saying you don't necessarily have a committee, but you have a lot of members who volunteer to go to these different film festivals.
Everything is done on volunteer basis.
Volunteer
So we
basis.
have a number of people, Marg and Paul Hurtubise,
Oh, of course.
and Terry Beale,
Yes.
and Gene and Gary Huntley, and a few others who, in exchange for going to film festivals, they go to Cinefest, they go to TIFF,
Yes.
and Gary and Gene go even to Traverse City once in a while.
Yeah.
Then they send me notes.
And recommendations.
Yes.
And through those recommendations, how many films have you found for this year? Do you have a standard number you do for every season, or
14 every year.
Holy
6 in the fall and 8 in the winter. And it's roughly 2 a month, although not precisely. For example, this year we've got 3 in February and 2 in January. So it's not, it all depends on, my dates have to be approved by Cinefest, so.
I see.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the ones that are coming up most recently. Now, this is airing tonight. This might go up on our website on SiouxOnline.com today, Wednesday, that you and I are filming this. So, but tomorrow, so Thursday the 17th, if you're watching the show. Well, wouldn't you know? Over 300 interviews, and we've never had this happen before, and it has to happen when I'm doing an interview about film. our video file was corrupted with Mark Stevenson. Mark, I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to remember the rest of the interview. We'll have Mark back on the show later on to talk about the season, but let me just tell you about what's going on right now. So, Colette, we know, is debuting tonight, 7 o'clock at Galaxy. On January the 31st, a film called Shoplifters from Japan. Sounds fascinating. It follows the story of a family who shoplift to survive. And I guess the trick here is that you really root for the family, even though the fact is that they're surviving by breaking the law. Shoplifters from Japan, January the 31st. On February the 21st, a film called Cold War. Now, this is from Poland. It's a love story that follows the relationship between a musical director and a young singer during the Cold War. This won the Palme d'Or Award at the Cannes Film Festival in 2018. That's the highest award at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's nominated for Best Foreign Film and Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards this year. Cold War, February 21st. February the 28th, a Canadian installment called The Grizzlies. This sounds so cool. This is also part of Shadows of the Mind Film Festival, based on a true story. It's about a teacher who moves up to this Inuit town. He's never been up there before. It has one of the highest suicide rates in North America. He has no knowledge of life in the North, but this guy, what he does is he starts a lacrosse team with the indigenous youth. And it gives them this sense of pride and purpose in themselves and their community, and it's a feel-good story, and it's based on a true story, and that's the Canadian entry, February 28th, part of Shadows of the Mind Film Festival. Now, but coming up on February 7th is a film that's got a lot of buzz. I heard about this film first when I was watching the Golden Globe Awards, where Best Supporting Actress was won by Regina King, the actress in the film. The film is called If Beale Street Could Talk, directed by Barry Jenkins. It takes place in Harlem in the 1970s about a wrongfully accused man. He's accused of a crime he did not commit, and it's all about the relationship they have. We have a trailer for Beale Street that you can watch. We're going to take that'll take us back into commercial. But I just want to let you know that most of these films you would never see in Sault Ste. Marie. They wouldn't make it to Galaxy if it weren't for the people involved in Algoma International Films. So we thank them so much for all they're doing to bring in this great art to our community, and for introducing us to some films we would never otherwise have the opportunity to see. You can find out more by looking at the full roster of events at their website, which is algomafilms.com. All right, that's where you can see the whole list of films. Reminder, 7 p.m., one showing only at Galaxy Cinemas. Take a look at this clip then from Beale Street, and then we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim after this.
You ready for this?
I've never been more ready for anything in my whole life. You know I love you, no matter what happens.
I'm yours in your mind, and that's it. You with me all the time.
Honey, there's something I gotta tell you.
We are drinking to new life. Tish gonna have Fonny's baby.
I hope it's a boy. Come on over here, daughter. You're a good girl, and I'm proud of you. Don't you ever forget it.
And who's gonna be responsible for this baby?
The father and the mother.
When I hold you in my arms, I gotta hold our baby in my arms.
We'll find a way.
That child was born of sin. That child is your grandchild. What difference does it make how it gets here?
Unbow your head, sister.
We've known Fonny all his life. He's about to pay for something he didn't do.
These are our children, and we gotta set them free.
Remember, love is what brought you here. And if you trusted love this far, don't panic now.
Just remember, be home soon.
And tomorrow,
we will be here with Fun Friday, felines, furs, and feathers,
yeah.
and a whole bunch more. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. What's her name?